Right now, Los Angeles is facing one of its toughest battles. The Palisades fire has swept through neighborhoods, displacing thousands and leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Homes have been lost, lives forever changed, and the city's skyline shrouded in smoke. This tragedy reminds us that wildfires have long shaped the history of America. Today, as we witness this unfolding disaster, let's take a look back at the 5 biggest wildfires in American history to understand the magnitude of these events and the resilience required to overcome them. Stay with us until the end to see how communities rise from the ashes. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the top 5 biggest wildfires in American history, the destruction they caused, the challenges people faced, and the lessons we've learned from them. Stick with us until the end, as each story reveals just how resilient communities can be in the face of such immense destruction. So let's look back at 5 of the largest wildfires in American history to understand just how much these events have shaped our nation. The Camp Fire, California's worst nightmare. Imagine waking up to the smell of smoke, but by the time you realize what's happening, it's already too late. That was the reality for the residents of Paradise, California, on November 8, 2018. Sparked by faulty electrical transmission lines, this fire moved faster than anyone could have imagined, burning 153,336 acres in just 17 days. Entire neighborhoods were wiped out in hours. The damage was catastrophic. 18,000 structures destroyed, costing over $16.5 billion. But the true heartbreak? The loss of 85 lives. Families fled in their cars, trapped between walls of fire, while firefighters battled to save as many as they could. This tragedy didn't just destroy a town, it changed California forever, pushing for stricter utility regulations and fire prevention laws. The Great Fire of 1910, the fire that shaped America's Forest Service. Now picture this. It's the height of summer in 1910. Lightning strikes ignite countless fires in the forests of northeastern Washington, Idaho, and Montana. But on August 20th, strong winds turn these smaller blazes into an unstoppable inferno. Over 2 days, flames ripped through 3 million acres of forest, creating a firestorm so intense that it created its own weather. Thousands of firefighters, including newly arrived immigrants and prisoners, were sent to the front lines. Many became heroes, and 86 tragically lost their lives. Yet out of this disaster came something remarkable: the creation of the U.S. Forest Service and a nationwide commitment to wildfire prevention. Yellowstone fires, when nature took its course, 1988. In the summer of 1988, Yellowstone National Park became the battleground for one of the most controversial fires in history. Over 3 months, more than 1.2 million acres burned, much of it due to lightning strikes. At first, park officials allowed the fires to burn naturally, believing it was part of the ecosystem. But dry conditions and strong winds turned the situation into a crisis. As flames approached popular tourist areas, firefighting crews from all over the country were called in. The smoke was so thick that it reached cities hundreds of miles away. In the end, the fires left behind a transformed landscape, but they also sparked a heated debate about fire management in national parks. The Peshtigo Fire, America's Forgotten Inferno, 1871. On October 8, 1871, a firestorm erupted in Peshtigo, Wisconsin, a small town surrounded by forests. Fanned by hurricane-force winds, the flames tore through 1.2 million acres in just one night. People had no warning. Entire families ran for their lives as flames consumed everything in their path. Some sought refuge in the Peshtigo River, but even the water wasn't safe. The heat was so intense that it boiled people alive. At least 1,500 lives were lost, though some estimates suggest the death toll was much higher. Despite its scale, this fire is often overshadowed by the Great Peshtigo Fire, which happened on the same day. But for the people of Peshtigo, it remains a haunting memory. The Great Fire of 1871, the fire that changed America. Now let me take you to the night of October 8, 1871. In a time before modern firefighting, a spark from a lantern, possibly kicked over by Mrs. O'Leary's cow, ignited a fire in Chicago. What started as a small blaze turned into a citywide inferno. Meanwhile, across the Midwest, other fires, including Peshtigo, raged out of control, burning millions of acres. This wasn't just one fire. It was a night of unimaginable destruction across multiple states. In Chicago alone, 300 people died, and 100,000 were left homeless. These fires exposed the dangers of poor urban planning and deforestation, paving the way for fire safety reforms that would shape the future. Did any of these wildfires surprise you? What topic should we cover next? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical insights.